This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial, where we give you really great information to help you succeed in all things with your finances. And today, joining me is Caleb Doane, who is the Vice President of Foster Financial. Hey there, Caleb.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going? Good.
Good.
Okay, so we are continuing our conversation about end-of-year planning. This time is so important to really hunker down on those things.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to talk about maximizing your 401k contributions. So let's start off by talking about the 401k contribution and how that even works at this time of the year and why would we maximize it.
Yeah, so I mean the 401ks, you're typically contributing to it. It's an employer plan. You're making those payroll deductions to contribute. So it comes right out of your paycheck. There are some types of investment accounts where you get, the deadline is, all the way up until you file taxes to contribute for the previous year. So I could contribute to like a Roth IRA or maybe even an HSA all the way up until April 15th of 2026 for 2025. A 401k is not like that. You have to get those contributions in before the end of the calendar year. And it kind of makes sense why, because when you get your W-2, a lot of times you're getting that in January from your employer. That W-2 is going to be impacted by the contributions that you made to the 401k. So they say, all right, you need to get this stuff in before the end of the calendar year so that we can get these W-2s out to you. A lot of times, or I guess the ideal scenario is that a lot of clients are maxing out their 401ks, and it might not be feasible for everyone. It's a relatively high limit in the 401k.
Yeah.
But especially as folks get closer to their retirement years, maybe in their last few years of employment, we'll try to have them max out that 401k. So if you're getting to the end of the year, could be a good time to increase those contributions so that you max it out before December 31st.
So how would one know what their max is on their 401k?
So everyone's max is kind of a base of $23,500 within a 401k for 2025.
Okay.
If you're older, you get certain catch-up contributions that you can make as well. So if you're 50 and older, you get an additional $7,500. They just recently implemented what they're calling a super catch-up now. So that's for people 60 to 63, you get even more money that you can put into it. But, most people, it's $23,500 that they can contribute. And that's quite a bit. I mean, if somebody's making $100,000, they have to contribute, 23.5% of their income to be able to max that out. So that can be a high bar for a lot of people. And we'll customize our recommendations depending on what somebody's income is and what their goals are to see if they should be maxing it out.
Okay. Do you typically see people contributing more at the end of the year like we're talking about, or do they try to balance it and take a little bit out of each paycheck?
Yeah, I think it's better to balance it, but there's oftentimes clients that will come to us for the first time in the middle of the year, and we look at what they've been contributing and we'll say, you've been doing 10% year to date. If you would have been doing 20% for the entire year, you would have maxed it out and done an even amount throughout the course of the year. But now, since we're already halfway through the year, we actually need to bump it up even more. So yeah, a lot of times people like having it be a little bit more even, and so we'll do that for the following year, customize it in January to make sure it's just taking a consistent amount every single paycheck.
And does that amount change each year? So you said $23,500 for 2025.
Right.
Will that change in 2026?
It typically does. Every few years, they'll kind of add a cost of living adjustment onto it, so it goes up by roughly what inflation is. So we'll probably expect there to be a little bit of an increase, but it'll be roughly the same numbers. But that's a good thing to note for folks who are planning on maxing it out and maybe did adjust their contributions in January to max it out for this year. You might have to tweak them in January of next year based on what the new contribution levels are. A lot of times right now people are in open enrollment too at their work for health insurance and contributions for 401k and everything like that. So a lot of times it's top of mind for people. Typically with 401k contributions, you can adjust it many times throughout the year. It's not just at open enrollment.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for this information today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Foster Financial, we'll have their website and their phone number listed below to give them a call, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.